Hello there, 8th graders. Happy to give you some quick instructions here for our last and final project in our unit on the Industrial Revolution. So this project is based on the 2 lessons that you completed prior to it, and is based on the idea of immigration, which continues to be an ongoing point of discussion in the United States of America. And that's not new. Immigration has been a part of our conversation since the very beginning. Obviously, the very first settlers here in the late 1500s and early 1600s were all immigrants. And even when they wrote the Constitution, immigration was something that was pretty unclear as to how we would, govern and deal with the issue of immigration. So here is your task. It's basically this document. So you'll have opened this as a Google Doc in Google Classroom. You'll see here, right here in purple is your task. You're going to look at a variety of cartoons, charts, and videos to examine the history of immigration. And then at the conclusion of the lesson, you'll develop and post some position statements on immigration today, where you'll get an opportunity to kind of tell us a little bit about what you think about immigration. So the instructions are pretty clear. It's just this document. When you're done this, you'll turn it into Google Classroom, and then you'll see at the end there's a link that'll send you to the Kialo discussion board. So you're going to start by doing some political cartoons. So there's a cartoon, and then the questions are in red. You're going to look for what the messages are, symbolism, things like that would help you connect the cartoon to the ideas of immigration. If you're stuck on any of the cartoons, please feel free to send me an email or a message or stop by an office hour. I'd be happy to sit and go through the political cartoons with you if you need help with them. So just give me a shout if you need that. But you'll answer these political cartoons. I tried to make them pretty big, so they take up a lot of room on the page. So it seems like there's a lot of them, but there really isn't. I just wanted them to be big enough for you to see them. So here's a second one, and then these two go together, and they go along with this short little reading passage and these questions, and then there's the last couple cartoons. So you'll look at the cartoons, answer the questions that are in red. The second thing you'll do is look at 2 different charts, and again, you'll just look at the chart, use this chart, and answer questions 11 and 12. Then you'll use this chart here to answer questions 13 and 14. The third thing you'll do is you'll use this little reading here about push and pull factors, which is actually something that connects to one of the lessons that you did on immigration. Push and pull factors are the things that either push people out of a country and make them want to leave, and pull factors are the things that want to bring them in. And most of the time, immigrants have both push and pull. Some immigrants have just a pull, and some are just a push, but usually it's a little bit of both. So you're going to read this, and then down here I have given you 5 video clips. You only are choosing 2. The first 3 are all about the current crisis right now that's happening at the border between the United States and Mexico, with a large number of children who are coming to the American border trying to obviously gain admittance into our country. They're not actually from Mexico. They're mostly from Honduras and Guatemala, but obviously you have to walk through Mexico in order to get to our border. So the first 3 are related to that topic. The 4th and the 5th one are other countries. The 4th one is a video on the Somali American population. It's actually, the video is from Minnesota because that's the largest Somali American community in America. But it's really kind of the story of why Somalis settled in the United States. And then the last one is about South Sudan. The newest country in the world is South Sudan. And this one is a little bit about basketball, but it's also about the South Sudanese immigrants who came here. So out of these 5, you only need to pick 2. And then you'll put next to the ones you pick, you'll put whatever examples the video told us about what the push or pull factors were. And then in this column, you can make some observations for yourself, things that kind of stood out to you, general comments about things that you heard or saw that you thought were insightful. This is just some vocabulary. This is a link to a longer clip. I didn't want to use this one as one of your 5 choices, but I know some of you are really interested in what's happening at the U.S. border. So this is a longer one, totally optional. You don't need to watch that one if you don't want to. And then after you're finished with your political cartoons, your charts, and your videos, you're going to use sort of what you've read, what you've seen in your lessons, and you'll participate in an online discussion. So up until the 1940s, there was really no documentation. People could kind of come in and out, generally kind of freely. I mean, the government regulated it, but obviously now it's a very huge system. It takes, for some people, it takes them many, many years to get through the immigration process. It's very expensive. And so I want you to think about what you've learned about immigration and what you've seen about immigration. And you will click, I put some instructions here. There's going to be 8 thesis statements when you go to this site. I'll show you in a minute. There's going to be 8 of them. You only need to pick 3 that you want to comment on. Put a position statement. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Why do you think that way? Be thoughtful, be respectful to others, and support your position. Okay, so, and if you're going to give some kind of data as evidence to support yourself, then you need to tell us where you got that information. Now, if you're not giving data, then don't worry about that. But do think about what you're writing. Think about the other students who are going to see this. I want you to say what your opinion is. It's okay to disagree with other people, but make sure you do it in a way that is respectful. You can also comment on other people's posts. So if somebody else puts something on there and you'd like to kind of rebut that, you can also do that. So you're going to choose 3 of the 8 theses. So you'll click on this. Now it's going to look probably a little different for you because obviously I'm already a logged in member. But you'll open it to this Immigration in America. And you'll see up here at the top is sort of the introduction. Select at least 3 of the statements that you want to present your opinion on. And then you'll see that underneath there are 8 theses. It's a thesis statement, okay, that I just formed. You can pick whatever of the 3 you want. So let's say you want to comment on this question or this statement. The United States should not permit immigrants from certain countries. If you want to choose that, you just click on it, and then you'll see you'll get a pro and a con. So if you think, yes, you agree with this, then you would pick the green button. And obviously, if you disagree, you're going to put on the con. So let's say you agree, you'll get this. Now, you're going to get probably a screen that asks you to join. Just use your Google, don't create an account. Just join with your Google account from school. Just hit join with Google. And then down here, you will then type in whatever your opinion is, okay, why you agree that the U.S. should not permit immigrants from certain countries. So you'll write maybe a couple sentences, and then you'll hit save. And then maybe if somebody else commented over here and you want to say something, you can, all right? And then when you're finished, that will be one of them. And then you hit this little arrow, and it'll take you back. And there are all 8 of them. And then you can pick another one. You're going to need to do 3 of them. So pick whatever of the statements you think you would like to comment on, and it'll automatically log you with your name. See, like mine is right there because I'm signed in with my MASD student account. And so that's what you're going to want to do. All right. So that's what this project is. You just turn this document into Google Classroom, and then you just follow the instructions for the Kielo discussion board. I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say about immigration. It's such an important topic today in America, and I'm intrigued. So I hope you have a great week. Talk to you soon. Bye.